everyone, how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here, and today we are doing the November Star Wars comics, and I'm actually going to adjust the camera a little bit for you guys so you can see all the freaking comics that came out this month, because there are 11 comics in total. And here they all are, ranging here. For whatever reason, Hyperspace Stories number 7, which is right here, and number 11 released. 8 already released. I don't think 9 or 10 did. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to start with, I got all the notes of every story on my phone. We're going to start with Star Wars number 40, which is right here. This one's been hyped up for months in ads and everything. So Lando puts himself in a real predicament. Lando reminisces on hanging out with Lobot on Alderaan, and he explains why he's good at lying to Lobot as he skips rocks with him, and he admits that Lobot is one of the people he trusts most. Lando meets up with Leia and lies that the mission was about Han. He asks if they could track down Lobot, but Leia refuses, being most fighters are grounded due to the droid infection. Leia then changes her mind and sends a small team to Epiconia to find him. The team consists of Lando, Luke, Leia, Chewie, and Chewie. Lando turns the navigation to save L3 as they are trying to land blind, where they crash land into a satellite. The Scourge is the official name of the infection. The Scourge is doing messed up experiments as it notices the gang's headed towards it, and they're ambushed and begin to attack. I gave that one a 7 out of 10. Next is Hyperspace Stories number 7, which is the one down here, which is about Boba Fett. So Boba Fett is with the young Wookiee girl on the planet Ridley. She recruited Boba Fett to find the doll. He only takes it out of respect for Jango because it's her father's doll. Trandoshans end up abducting her, leading Boba to save her. One of the Trandoshans is Bossk. Boba easily saves her, only to be caught by the Empire. He gets framed for being Han, basically, but actually it was Bossk calling in the ship. Boba lands planetside to face off with Bossk, and they escape, and Boba drops her off at Coruscant. I gave that one a 7 out of 10 also. Next is Darth Vader number 40, which is right here. So Coruscant is on droid lockdown and checking all droids. The Force Wave is reapproaching as Vader comes to attack Palpatine. Vader shows his new strength to Palpatine. Palpatine unleashes an army on Vader, who stops them all. Vader's ship begins to contaminate the droids. This also proves that Death Troopers must be somewhat cybernetic because they're all infected by the Scourge. Palpatine and Vader fight while Vader fights off the infected. Vader turns the droids to fire on Palpatine's people. As the infection spreads, Palpatine orders to bomb sectors of Coruscant. After his failure, Vader allows himself to be infected. I gave that one a 9 out of 10. Next is Shadows of Starlight number 2, which is kind of hard to see. It's right over here, kind of behind me. So Avar and Elzar reunite and mourn Stellan and discuss what comes next. Avar decides to stay out and hunt for the Nile. She is now trapped in Nile space due to the storm wall. Elzar tries desperately to reach her, but is failing. The Nile spread that Jedi are enemies and not to be trusted in their area. They get close to communicating during a Nile ambush, but it fails. Elzar tries to get past the barrier by jumping inside it, but is stopped by his own droid. The droid rebuilt the responder correctly, and Elzar reaches Avar before she gives up. She fights against the Nile. I gave that one a 6 out of 10. Next, though, is High Republic number 1, which is right here. Keith Trennis, who is now a master, is reliving Seer's death at Starlight when she is called out into a mission. We really get to see the scars of the Nile that they left the Jedi as the Hutts begin to take over the Castilor sector. The Nile wishes to create an alliance with the Hutts at that. At the meeting, they bring one of the Nameless. The Republic invades to stop the treaty. The Jedi are weakened in battle due to the Nameless being in the thick of it. It kills and calcifies Santar as Keeve has a flashback. Tarek gives an aerial assist and destroys the Nameless to save Keeve, only for him to get killed by an Nihil. The space fight was an ambush by the main Republic ship, the Atraxia. The main Nihil in the fight ended up being Lorna D. I gave that one an 8 out of 10. Next is Dr. Aphra, number 38, which is right here. Aphra apologizes to Sana, who isn't taking it until she mentions Magna. The infection keeps failing to hack into humans, but keeps building onto itself. They were able to track down Magna with the help of Leia and plan to attack the droids with EMPs. They walk into the rotting bodies the droids have been operating on. Magna is with Lobot and Valance, all of whom are possessed by the Scourge. They fight to get Magna and grab her, bringing her to the ship. Aphra hacks in with her tattoos as a way to find out how to destroy this thing. Its weakness is that it can't be spread thin. It already took over Dominia Tag as well. I gave that one an 8 out of 10. And sorry, my light is dying as I'm reading this. Next is Dark Droids number 4, which is right here. So Dark Droids number 4, the Empire meets to discuss what to do with the droids as they start exterminating them. The Scourge holds council with itself on what to do. Each member of the council represents a different important aspect of them. It sends in the Hybroids to infect droids faster. Ajax is dealing with losing everyone when the D Squad comes to recruit him. The Scourge begins to feel guilty about its programming. It kills the Elder for speaking out on it being just programming, then decides to continue on what to do, which is everybody's got to eat. I gave that a 5 out of 10. Next was Visions number 1. There was no words. It was about followers of Anak. The main follower kills all the others. I think it was hard to figure out. One runs away and it finds a little friend. They come back and it's drained by the spirit. She's saved by her little friend. They destroy the spirit and she ends up being a Jedi. It's good artwork but confusing with no dialogue or storytelling. I gave it a 2 out of 10. Next is Hyperspace Stories number 11. So this is Mace and Yoda take the younglings on a field trip. They are immediately attacked by bandits as Yoda and Mace have to fend them off, and the bandits were sent out are actually good people, and Yoda sees that. They decide to find out who sent them. One of them returns to help Mace and Yoda, only for it to be a trap. It actually was conducted by Count Dooku, as he ends up trying to fight them, then flees after giving Yoda and Mace a choice to fight him or save the younglings. The artifact is saved by a Wookiee, and it's not a doll this time. I gave that a 7 out of 10. Next is D Squad number 3. IG-88 and 4LOM are in a standoff with an infected. IG does what it doesn't want to work with D Squad. Trip is woken up and R2 tries to run. The cyborg is defeated by 4LOM and claims to be, and 4LOM claims to team up. Frying a droid with a sufficient enough jolt actually ends up destroying the virus. They decide to see the second revelation to see how to help stop the Scourge, which we got to see in the Dark Droids issue. They stop at Ryloth first, though, to help find the colony. R2 recruits QT, KT, and they plan to go to Tatooine, but are ambushed by infected. They fight back, and KT is shot down. I gave that an 8 out of 10. And finally, we got Bounty Hunters number 40, which is the penultimate issue. Tonga sends a message to her wife as they are prepared to take out Valance. Before they even land, the droids know that they are there. Dirge immediately turns on the gang and shoots Zuckuss, but it actually ends up turning to be a mutiny against Tonga and Zuckuss. Bosk has doubts on his betrayal, but they leave them stranded on the planet and steal the ship. Hayden saved Valance's memory as backup as well, We get to learn she beats up officers and defects to save Valance. Vader is on the ship but is possessed, so Hayden is ignored. Tonga is captured by Valance and the droids. I gave that an 8 out of 10. So yeah, a lot of comics this week to the point where my light died. But yeah, it was a lot this month. Honestly, I don't know if I'm going to do Visions, because that one was very bad. I probably will, though, for you guys. But, yeah, they're very, very good comics this month. Happy to see Dark Droids kind of ending next month. We'll cover that the first week of January. But, yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and follow me on all my social media down below. It's that Nerd Ryan, signing off.